So first, this actually, now this one, I think I'm gonna, actually what I'm gonna do, salutations, I'm Becca, this is Words Another Malarkey, and we're coming at you live in our temporary studio in an undisclosed location that is not where we used to live, in the home of a dear friend who has very kindly allowed us to stay with them until we find a house. And in this real estate market, holy crap. Anyways, so look at how beautiful this little space is. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to use it. It's so much easier than our little dining room setup we had to rig every single time. Today, I am doing a book haul. Woo. So I kind of totally got amnesia about the fact that I said I wasn't gonna buy any books until I read everything in my library. So we can just forget I ever said that, because I have bought a lot of books since moving here 2 weeks ago. It's not my fault. It is my fault. So why not do a little book haul video? I mean, that's fun, right? That's something people do. And I haven't done one in a while. All of these except one came from either like discount stores or yard sales. So that was where the temptation got me, was just how cheap these books were. And when you see how gorgeous and how expensive they actually would have been, I think you'll be pretty proud of me. This one is standing in for 4 of its brothers, sisters, siblings that I found on like this like charity used bookshelf in this little coffee shop in the town that I moved from, that we literally just started going to the week before we moved away. So I paid like $4 for 4 or 5 of these, and that's about what they're worth. And guess what it is, folks? It's the Kingdom Keeper series, books 2 through 5, and then like the Syndrome, which is like a side story. Cue the I Just Did a Bad Thing song. I just did a bad thing. I did not ever expect to own these books outside of the first one. I probably will never read the 2nd through the 4th one again, but I do need to read the 5th one, so now I don't have to worry about finding it because I own it, and it only cost me like maybe 75 cents. So not a bad deal when you break it down, but my God, am I just brainwashed. I can't believe I own these books now. So that's number 1. The next 5 came from yard sales that I went to with my lovely hostess about a week after I got here. We found some good stuff. Like, this is a nice neighborhood, and they were selling, some people were selling so many hardbacks. Actually, this first one is a cute little, like, pretty used, worn down copy, but it's in really good shape, and it was like maybe $1, and that is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which I was supposed to read this season. I never listened to the audiobook, so now I've got a paperback copy, and aside from like a little bit of wear on the corner, it's in good condition. It's very readable. I don't mind a little wear and tear on my books, but just wait till you see these next ones. So these are some big boys. This is Wanderers by Chuck Wendig. I know this author. I've never read anything by him unless you count his blog. I've read his blog, and he's hilarious. Like, I love his writing style, at least when he blogs. So I don't know, this looks like a pretty hefty, pretty serious read. It's kind of a sci-fi or like dystopian about this strange sickness that makes people sleepwalk, and then they just wander. I got Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welsh. This has actually been on my TBR forever because I love love and gelato. I know it's a YA romance. I know it takes place in Italy, but it seems super cute, and I at least want to give it a shot. It's like a little bit of wear on like the edges of the jacket, maybe a little bit of water damage, but otherwise it looks really good. And again, for $1, like, how can you complain? But then I got, I totally put these in the wrong order apparently. I did not expect to own this book ever, and that is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste. I know it's really popular. I know a lot of people have read it. I know that a lot of people have talked about it. I really don't know that much about it, except that it's kind of a booktube staple. It's got a nice cover, and I think it would be an interesting read, and if I am able to get to it, great. I do want to expand my horizons and try not to just read like YA, fantasy, and sci-fi. This is very contemporary and deals with a lot of contemporary issues, so we'll see what happens. And then, this one I'm like really proud of, and I don't know why. I guess because it's such a new book, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini? Yeah. I know I've seen this one in bookstores, I've seen this one on shelves. It's freaking mint condition. Same with Little Fires Everywhere. That's why I saved these for last. Mint condition, and I got them for like maybe $1, $2 each. Holy cow, guys. Like, I almost feel bad because these are like $25, $30 books. But if you're gonna buy them new, why are you gonna sell them at a garage sale? I did not expect to ever read this one either, but I've heard a lot about it. I see it in like book talks and stuff, and I mean, I tried to read Aragon when I was young, but I was kind of too young for it, so I never got very far. And this is sci-fi. Sounds a lot like, I don't know, like Alien or Prometheus, so it'll really depend on how this is done. It could be a really beautiful story. I really don't know that much about it, but look at the cover, it's so pretty. All right, and then the next three came from Books A Million. I haven't been to a Books A Million in a long time. I didn't even know they still existed. And I shopped the clearance section for a long time, so I got 2 on clearance, and then I actually did buy a book brand new, full priced. Yeah, wow. I never do that, but it's a book that I really wanted to own, and they had one on the shelf and in the like edition that I wanted, because there's different covers, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. It wasn't that bad, and I'm really frugal, and I think that's probably a good thing. It's for the best, but I did splurge on one full price book. But first I forgot to take the sticker off, so you can see I got it for $6, which is still pushing it for me. 4 Dead Queens by Astrid Schuldt. I think I've heard of this. For a minute I thought it was 3 Dark Crowns or a sequel to 3 Dark Crowns, but it's actually the first book in its own series, and it's kind of a fantasy murder mystery. As the title suggests, it is about 4 dead queens, and the 2 main characters are trying to figure out why they all died at the same time, or within the same time of each other. So yeah, that'll be fun, I think. I've never heard of this one, and I kind of got it, 1 for the cover and 2 because the concept sounds interesting. It's called The Final Six. No, it doesn't say The Final Sex. My husband keeps telling me that this is an E. It's an I. It's an I! The Final Six by Alexandra Monier. And it's kind of sounds like a space Hunger Games. Like it's this like competition. And they kind of get like eliminated. I don't know if it says cutthroat atmosphere, so could be kind of Hunger Gamesy, but in space. And I just love the cover, and it looked really interesting. So I do want to expand my sci-fi horizons as well, so that'll be a good one eventually. And then, last but not least, is my splurge, and that is Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. I just recently finished this trilogy, and I loved it, especially the first book. Maybe if I found like books 2 and 3 on clearance, I would get them at some point, but this one I really, really wanted to own because I really love the first one. We'll definitely reread it. So that's my book haul, y'all. That's what I've been doing. I've been looking for houses and spending money on books. Isn't that great? This should keep me busy for a while, like 2 years probably. So yeah, let me know if you've read any of these and what you think. No spoilers, please. And until next time, keep it weird and shop your local bookstores and look for those good bargain deals, because God knows books are expensive.